Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. First of all, I want to apologize for the big gaps in my content on YouTube right now. I do want to apologize, but there is a method to my madness. There's a lot of work going on in the background trying to get ready for December 6th, Path of Exile Early Access. So I do want to apologize for the lack of content lately. I assure you that is not going to be the case starting Friday, December 6th. So apologies, I'm still here. And today I wanted to, against my better judgment, I want to dip my feet into the water, throw my hat in the rings, whatever the expression you want to use on this issue. And that is the Fextra Life drama that's been going on 48 hours. Now, I didn't want to do a video on this because I don't want to give them any more wind than they deserve, because they deserve none, in my opinion. But we did get talking about this on my stream tonight, and everyone wants to hear my take on it as far as my community is concerned. So I'm gonna give you my 2 cents, because there's two issues that really I can't get my head wrapped around when it comes to this BS. And I want to talk about it on this video. And then at the end, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what's going to be transpiring into the early access of Path of Exile 2 on Friday, which is like 5 days away. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. And before we get into this topic, I do want to say, in no way or fashion, this drama that's going on, I don't care, number one. And number two, it is not going to impact my enthusiasm or the joy I'm going to feel on Friday when I start playing Path of Exile 2 Early Access. Not at all. I am purposely not choosing to look at spoilers. I want to go in blind. You only get one opportunity for a first playthrough, and I want to enjoy that as much as possible. I've been very strategic on what to look at and what not to look at. I don't want to spoil it. So I do want to say, before we get into this drama, personally, it's a waste of time, but I'm a content creator. People want to see content on the stuff that's going on. So I'm going to do it. But this is not going to dampen my mood or experience come this Friday with early access. Anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's get into the drama. Again, I'm not going to give them more wind than they deserve, because they deserve absolutely zero. But I do need to cover a little bit. So this is the tweet from Fextra Life, and it was 48 hours ago, and it's basically about them getting early access and dumping a YouTube video on YouTube about their early access review. Now, apparently, they have completed the game and are consistently uploading stuff onto their website and wiki, and they were given access. Apparently, Grinding Gear Games, we have now learned, has given early access copies to media type companies. Now, I don't know how Fextra Life falls into a media like. They do guides, they publish videos on builds and stuff like that. I always thought that the media like companies don't do that, but what do I know? And I suspect or define media as, in the gaming industry anyway, companies like PC Gamer, IGN, and that kind of company. But whatever, they got a copy, and apparently there was an embargo, an NDA, on when they could release the data, and they broke it. Surprise, surprise. Now, if you're new to the gaming community, you probably have never heard of Fextra Life, but I'm going to give you a little bit of their history. They're very well known for having crappy builds, horrible guides, and actually have been slapped on the wrist many times. And the latest one was when they were embedding their website to boost up viewership on their Twitch channel, which was dealt with. But let's just say, best case scenario, they're shady at best. So that's the kind of person or people that you're dealing with when it comes to this company. So they released this video, like I said, 48 hours ago. They posted a YouTube video basically with a Apparently, I never watched it, nor will I watch it. Well, you can't watch it. It's been taken down. After a couple of hours, it was up. Apparently, it had 70 or 80,000 views already. So it got a lot of attention right off the bat. Comments were disabled, as were the tweet. Nobody could comment on the tweet. Anyway, we have since found out, because Path of Exile came out and responded basically very quickly. And I'm not going to go over the whole content of this. You can read it. But basically, Grinding Gear Games came out and basically said, look, to clarify, some traditional games media have been given access to review a version of the game. Part of the stipulation that the media were given is that this is for review purposes only. They may share their opinions of the game, but are not allowed to produce guide-style content from this version that would spoil the discovery of the game, right? And basically, they go on to say that, unfortunately, there was a miscommunication with Fextra Life that resulted in a video being posted early. There was a mistake on our end and is no way on Fextra Life. Now, basically, Grinding Gear Games says it was our fault in the communication, and you take it for what it's worth. Now, I have no reason not to doubt Grinding Gear Games. Why would they fall on the sword for someone that purposely broke the NDA or whatever, right? So, but that is kind of not my problem. Anyway, so Path of Exile did this, and everybody in the community commented, thank you, that's awesome, thank you for the transparency. Really nobody throwing any shade at Grinding Gear Games, because they've earned the trust of the community per se, and really all the shade going to Fextra Life, and in my opinion, deservingly. But everyone just bringing up the fact of who these people are, how shady they are, and that kind of thing, right? So that's that. But herein lies my issue with this whole thing, okay? And there's two of them. The first one that I can't wrap my head around is the fact that everybody knows, well, anyone that has a sense of what is going on in the gaming industry knows that Fextra Life are a bunch of you-know-whats, okay? They create crappy content. Their build guides are horrible. Now, they may produce some good content. I don't know. I've never gone on their website, but I have heard through other content creators that there is a little bit of good in some of their content. But for the most part, their content sucks. Their builds are horrible and yada, yada. Now, I take this organization to be an organization that their priority is not the end user. Their priority is about the almighty dollar. They don't care what the quality of their content is or the quality of their website. All they care about is viewership and getting people onto their live streams, getting them to watch their videos. And that content obviously is going to be monetized, and they earn money from that, right? So whatever, all the power to them. If they can get away with it, then don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. But so everyone knows who they are for the most part. I can't imagine, and this is where I can't wrap my head around, I can't imagine Grinding Gear Games not knowing this, number one. Number two, knowing this, let's assume they do, why would you choose to associate yourself with this kind of organization? Because as a company, you're not only responsible for your own reputation, but also the people, clients, organizations that you choose to work with have an impact on your reputation. So knowing that, why would you want to even allow a shady company like this to get your product and be able to create content on it? And so I have an issue with who Grinding Gear Games chose to deal with, number one, because I think it hurts them, and I don't want to see that. Grinding Gear Games has a very good reputation. They have a lot of goodwill in the community. I can't believe they would want to associate themselves with this kind of organization. And okay, that's number one. Number two, the impact this can have potentially on other content creators. Now, this is me not getting all riled up because Fextra Life got the whole game given to them and other content creators or even myself didn't get a copy. It's not a jealousy rant here. This is more serious of an issue. And that is this first to market with content always gets a lot of views if the content is done well. Okay. So what do I mean by that? The fact that these guys, and I say knowingly did this, they knew. Okay. Now, grinding gear games can fall on the sword for them, but I'm sorry, maybe I'm completely wrong. But a liar is a liar. A cheater is always a cheater kind of thing, right? And these guys are known to be shady. So, but anyway, what I want to focus on, my second issue, what I can't wrap my head around is the fact that this is going to potentially hurt content creators. Now, I do this part-time. I am fortunate enough right now to have a full-time job that puts food on the table for me. Now, I'm doing content creation because at the end of the day, my goal is to turn it into a full-time thing. But in the meantime, I have a full-time job that pays my bills and puts food on the table. That's not the case when it comes to the content creators in this space that do it for a living, that do it full-time, that rely on the monetization of their content to pay for their kids' school, to pay the rent, to put food on the table. And so something like this can financially impact other content creators. And that's where I get my shoulders up and defensive, because this is going to hurt those full-time content creators, because these guys have already started uploading stuff even after that tweet that I showed you from Path of Exile, that there was a miscommunication and this wasn't supposed to happen until after December 6th. Even with that out, their website is currently being updated with more information. Okay? Now, you're a full-time Path of Exile 2 content creator. You do YouTube videos. You live stream. December 6th comes, these guys are going to already have everything prepared, and it's going to attract people to go to their website, watch their content, and not potentially go to another content creator. So financially, this has an impact on the full-time content creators, and I have issue with that. It's BS, and like if it was me, I would ask for the removal of all their content, because they know what they're doing. The damage is already done and they're reaping the benefits of it. Their video, when it was on, went almost up to 80,000 views apparently. And that stuff leads them to their wiki and their website, which leads to traffic, which that data can be used for them to, in the future, get more clients based on the traffic that they're generating on their website that they can brag about, all because they made this communication error between the two. Okay? And there's no further proof. If you go on Google and you type in Path of Exile 2 wiki, surprise, surprise, guess who's first on the page? Now, I don't know if they pay for this. I don't know if this is just because of what just happened, but surprise, surprise, they are the first one in line next to the actual legit one that you can rely on information and other ones that do good work. Okay. So the fact is they are reaping the benefits. So my whole thing with this is twofold. I'm really disturbed at the fact that Grinding Gear Games, knowing who they are, and I'm assuming they do, I don't think you would just blindly hand out full access to a game without knowing who the organization is. So I'm assuming, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm a little bit upset of the fact that Grinding Gear Games chose to deal with an organization like this, because it has a bad impact on them too, in my opinion. And two, it really upsets me that my peers, the other content creators in this space, who rely on their content to pay for bills and rent and their kids' school and clothes and stuff like that, could be dramatically impacted because this shady organization has a head start and potentially could generate and attract those people in the player base that don't care where it's coming from. They just want to get a head start and an advantage over everyone else. That's my only two concerns. I don't care who Grinding Gear Games, the fact that they gave early access to an organization. Everyone does it. You're marketing the game. I totally understand it. I'm not making this video because I didn't get early access. I don't want it. Like, obviously, if Grinding Gear Games would have done this like the Diablo 4 style, then, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. Like, if I heard everyone is getting it and I was part of that circle, you know, of course I would want to play the game. But Grinding Gear Games said they didn't want to spoil the discovery of the game. So they chose not to go the Diablo 4 way. And now this happens. And I hope the content creators in this space that work their asses off to make content and make legitimate, honest, worthy content, I hope they can still surmount this bullshit and make what they would have made, because they rely on the monetization of their content to live. And this guy is monetizing through cheating, in my opinion. But you guys tell me what you think. Okay, enough wasted breath on shady companies like that. What is going to be happening for the rest of the week leading up from Path of Exile 2 from me? Well, I will be dropping videos if there is new news to cover. I also will be live streaming Path of Exile 2 early access on December 6th. The second it drops, we are going to be live. Actually, we're going to be live before it, anticipating the release on Friday, and we're going to be streaming every moment, all weekend long, even Monday, only taking breaks for my little nappies in between every day. So we are going to be streaming a lot. So come over to my channel. Channel name is SamyCaps on Twitch. I'm also going to be doing a Path of Exile 2 sub giveaway. We're going to have a ton of prizes, every threshold. All the content creators are doing it. I thought I would do it as well. I won't be doing a subathon because I don't have someone that can take over for me while I'm taking my 2, 3, 4 hour naps. So there are going to be breaks in between my streams, as minimal as possible. Just get in a power nap and then come back live. But during the event, we are going to be having sub thresholds, and once we hit that threshold, I'll be giving away stuff like picking my build, Path of Exile 2 access keys, and other prizes. I'm gonna announce it on my stream, exactly all of the prizes that I'm gonna be giving away. There's some cool stuff in there. There's some fun stuff in there that you guys can get back at me. So come over. Channel name is SamyCaps on Twitch. I'm going to be announcing it later on in this week. So basically, I'm prepping for Path of Exile 2 early access. I'll be dropping videos with any updated news. And then really, starting December 6th, we're going to be streaming the crap out of that game and obviously creating content out of that. So that's basically what this week is going to look like. We'd love to have you. We have a cool, chill community. Come over. We'd love to say hello. I got a lot of other stuff, but I'm not going to say anything until we actually start playing Path of Exile 2. We got some fun stuff, and and to those of you that are new to my channel because of my Path of Exile 2 content, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the support of my content. So come over to our live streams. We have a chill community. We'd love to have you. We have all kinds of debates. But anyway, so if you can like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube videos, I would really appreciate the support of my content. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.